Welcome back to day 5 of the Superbrain Mini Quest. I am your coach, Jim Quick, and this final session, we're going to talk about how to master your mind and what to do from here. What do you do from here to master your mind? Now, when I talk about mastery, that's a different level of success than someone who dabbles, right? There are a lot of people who go out there and they'll buy a book and they'll sit on their shelf, or they might listen to part of a podcast or something like that, but they dabble. And that's one thing. But if you're very interested in the next level of greatness for you, the next level of genius that's inside of you and developing it, really discovering it and having it come out full tilt, then what you really want to do is get on the path of mastery. So I'm going to talk about the 4 keys to master something, whether it's your mind or anything else in your life. Now, up to this point, we've talked about a lot, right? We've talked about how to learn any subject or skill faster. We talked about the 3 keys for unlocking your super memory. We talked about 7 different ways you could remember names and faces. We talked about the 5 keys for unlocking what we call your super brain. We've covered a lot of information in a very short period of time. We've done it quick because we kept it bite-sized. Bite-sized learning, these brain hacks for busy people like yourself who want to learn faster and you want to achieve more. So what are the 4 keys to mastering something? I'm going to call them the 4 C's for you. The first C stands for capabilities. Capabilities. If you want to get really good at something, just think about what you want to excel at, whether it's in your career, whether it's your health, whether it's your relationships, any subject that matters to you. It starts with capabilities. You need the competence. You need to be able to learn something and have the skills. You need to know what to do and where to do it and how to do it. And so those are the things that we've been teaching you, right? We talked about the 7 keys for learning names. We talked about the 3 keys for mastering your memory. We talked about the 4 keys for learning any subject or skill. So you need the competency and the capabilities. The second C that you need, this is so critical, it's consistency. Because can you go to the gym just once and just be fit for life? No, of course not, right? You need to be consistent. And it's really hard because sometimes people value their freedom. They want to do what they want, when they want, where they want, whenever they want. But here's really the key. The key is to develop routines, habits, because first you make your habits and then your habits make you. Isn't that interesting? That first you create your habits and then your habits make you back. But how do you systemize this so every single day you could be consistent in learning to read better, to be able to remember more, to be able to learn better? You want to make this part of your lifestyle because consistency is power. It's not what you do every so often that makes the difference. It's what you do every single day. Consistency is power. That's why we designed the Quest program to be every day for 30 days. You know, bite-sized, digestible lessons every single day. Because remember, it's what you do consistently that's going to get you what you desire and you most deserve. So the third C in mastery is this thing called challenge. Because with challenge leads to change. As you challenge yourself, you get to change. It's just like when you go to the gym and you want to be consistent there, right? And you look at the weights and you're like, hey, these are opportunities for me to be able to grow, but you need to be challenged. Your muscles, your physical muscles, grow through novelty and nutrition, same as your mental muscles. That when you challenge your mind, you could actually grow it. You create new connections, new brain cells, and then you nourish it with the foods that we talk about in our Super Brain Quest program. But it needs the challenge because going through a little bit of challenge leads to that change. When you have to struggle a little bit, it leads to your superpowers. So here's the key. You need to challenge yourself mentally every single day. They did this really interesting study on super nuns. They wanted to find out how this community of women were living to their 80s, 90s, and above. What was the secret to their longevity? They found out half of it had to do with their faith and their emotional gratitude. But the other half of it had to do with they were lifelong learners. They were constantly and consistently challenging themselves every single day. And it led them to have longer lives, literally adding years to their life. But not only that, it added life to their years. If you want to grow your critical thinking, problem-solving muscles, it requires challenge. So how can you every single day challenge yourself to learn something new? How can you challenge yourself to remember names? How can you challenge yourself to do all the things we talked about in this mini quest and beyond? Challenge equals change. And finally, the 4th C to mastering your mind or anything else in your life is commitment. Commitment. I mean, what do you have in your life of value that didn't come from some level of commitment? Maybe you're really proud of your health. Maybe you're really proud about your relationship. Maybe you're really proud about where you are in your career. It takes commitment. When you make a decision, big things happen. Bold steps where you not only burn the bridges behind you, but the bridges behind you actually light the way going forward. Because here's the thing when it comes to a decision. Decision, the root of decision, it's like incision, means to cut. Decision means to cut off from any possibility that you're going to do it. When we take a bold step, life opens up to us. And so what can you commit to today to better your life? What can you commit to today to better your memory? What can you commit to today to master your mind? Because nothing of any value comes without great commitment. But here's the thing when it comes to decision. Most people haven't really used their decision muscles. They suffer from what they call decision fatigue. They go through their day, and because their mind is everywhere and they're always multitasking and they're wasting all this energy, at the end of the day, they could be looking at a menu and they can't even decide and commit to what they're going to eat that day. But here's the thing, you build your commitment like you build any muscle, by making a decision. So you think about the things that you need to do, and if there's a goal that you want, remember, it goes from your head to your heart to your hands. That if you're not doing something here based on what's in your head, activate this. Why do you want to do this? What benefits right now would you have to mastering your mind? How would that change your ability to learn? How would that change your self-esteem? How would that change your confidence? So you really want to tap into your why. What gets you excited? What are your dreams? What are your values? What are the problems it's going to help you to be able to solve? One of the things we cover in the Superbrain Quest is how to overcome procrastination. And how do you do it? There's many different ways that we teach in this program, but one of them is breaking things down. They call it the Zeigarnik effect. There was this psychologist in Europe, and she, during her breaks, would notice at the cafe that the wait staff would remember all the orders for all their customers until those orders were actually delivered. Once those orders were actually delivered, they would actually forget. But here's how to use this. This effect applies towards you, that if you start something, anything, anywhere, you're more likely to follow through and get that done, because the mind doesn't like open loops. Right? It's just like when you watch your favorite show. You got to get to the next one, the next one, and the next one, because it takes you to the next place. And that's how we designed this quest. Because I'm so proud of this, because when you go through little pieces, you're consistent, we're giving you the capabilities, we're challenging you every single day, we're taking you to what I call the mental gym. You're going to the gym quick, if you will, and you're going there and you're building these mental muscles, these brain muscles every single day. But really what makes it stick is your reason why. What is it going to give you? If you could eliminate your absent-mindedness, if you could eliminate your distractions, if you could get more done in less time, where you come back at the end of the day and people are like, how was your day? And you come back and you're excited and you say you crushed it and you knew it was going to happen even in advance, because you harnessed the greatest superpower between your ears called your brain, and making it what we call your super brain. Now that we went through the 4 C's to master your mind and master your life, I'm going to give you 2 bonus ones as a thank you for going this far. I believe success, again, we started this conversation with success is 2 parts. First, it's showing up, because most people don't show up, and I appreciate your ability to follow through and show up all the way to the end. The other part of success is playing full out. It's not just showing up, you have to play full out. And so I want to thank you for participating in this past 5 days. Now I want to give you the 2 final C's that's really going to accelerate it. It's going to be what they call a forced multiplier. It's going to magnify the effects of all of this. And now think about it like you do your body. If you wanted a super body, what would you do? You would go to the gym, and you need to do these 4 things, right? You would need to know the capabilities or the competencies in terms of how to work out specifically. You need to be able to be consistent, because you can't go to that gym once and be fit for life. We also talked about you have to challenge yourself. Sometimes you go to the gym to be able to maintain what you have, but other times you want to grow. And so you stretch and you stabilize. You stretch and you stabilize. You reach and you rest. You reach and you rest. And that's how we designed this Quest program to be. And the final C you would do to be able to develop your super body, if you want, is to be able to commit, because nothing great happens without great commitment. Now here's the key. If you want to accelerate those 4 things and make it a real no-brainer, the 5th C, the bonus C, is to find a coach. So what is the role of a coach? A coach is kind of like a personal trainer at the gym. They give you the capabilities. They keep you consistent. They challenge you, because they get you to 1 more lap, 5 more minutes on the treadmill, 1 more set, if you will. They challenge you because they know challenge equals change, and they keep you committed. They keep you committed to showing up every single day, emotionally committed, mentally committed, physically committed to doing that. So just like your personal trainer in a gym, I want to be the personal trainer in your mental gym. I want to take you by the hand so you're not alone, into a community of individuals, of super brains, if you will, so we can do it together. Because together, everyone achieves more. In fact, I would say the 6th C, the bonus C, if you will, is this thing called community. A community is a group of people that inspire you, that empower you, that challenge you to take to the next level, because who you spend time with is who you become. One of the keys for unlocking your super brain is be around positive peer group, to be around a positive group of people that inspire you, that instruct you, that take you to the next level, because here's the truth. Team. Together, everyone achieves more. That you're not in it alone. That you don't just have to sit here and consume information. We could co-create it together. Because the best kind of learning is not just solo, it's social. Because we could do it together. And the best part about this is it's different than money. If I give you $1 and you give me $1, we have the same dollar. But if I could share a new idea with you and you could share a brand new idea with me, all of a sudden we have two brand new ideas. So when you join the Superbrain Quest, you get access to this incredible community of superbrains, people from all around the world that have growing minds and giving hearts that you can learn from, and we can do it together. Because as you know, as the water rises in the harbor, all ships rise along with it, and that's what we could do together. So again, I want to make sure that this isn't the end, but this is the beginning. Thank you so much for spending the past 5 days with me. It's been my honor to be your Superbrain coach. Why did we create this quest for you? It's because when I was a child, many of you know I grew up with learning challenges. And I swore that if I went through this, that I would never let people struggle the way I did. And I made it my mission to leave no brain left behind. And if you resonate with any of these tips or tools, and you feel like there's something special inside of you that hasn't quite come out yet, that you've always known that you have another level of learning, a new level of life inside of you, that I invite you to join me on this journey together. Together we can do it, because here's the thing, is our education system didn't prepare us for the world that we're in, and I want to be able to fill in that gap for you. I want you to know everything that I wish I would have known when I was struggling back then, so you and your family can lead the life that you desire and you truly deserve. I'm known for this quote that I get tagged in every single day that compares your life to an egg. That if an egg is broken by an outside force, life ends. But if it's broken by an inside force, life begins. All great things begin on the inside. But it requires you to make a decision to come out. It requires a new level of you. And that's the thing. Nothing in our life changes unless we commit to it, going back to mastery. And I'm going to ask you to commit to yourself, not to me, but to you. Because you made it this far, you're a special individual. You're one of the few who do versus the many who just talk and complain about things. So I honor you for that. And if you're ready to continue this and take yourself to the next level, it requires a choice. A choice to say that I want to transcend. I want to end the trance. End the trance that you're not good enough, or that you're not smart enough, or you're too old, or whatever that is. And step into a new place of your life where a journey that's waiting for you begins with one step. And it's one step in one direction completely could change your destination or your destiny. I find that people grossly overestimate what they could do in one day, but they grossly underestimate what they could do in 30 days. And when you land in this new destination or this destiny, you could look back at this being the day when everything changed for you. And I want to end with this really quick story. When I was 18 years old and I discovered these abilities, because I ended up in the hospital, I literally hit a wall. I lost all this weight. I woke up in the hospital 117 pounds. I thought I died. I had this bad accident because I just couldn't keep up. And I was thinking there has to be a better way. And when I did, the nurse came in with a mug of tea. And it had a picture of a really smart genius, Albert Einstein. It was the opposite of me at the time. And I remember this quote. It said this: "The same level of thinking that's created your problem won't solve your problem." And it made me think, what's my problem? I'm overloaded, I'm overwhelmed, I'm a really slow learner. I was like, well, how do I think differently about it? And I was like, well, maybe I could learn how to learn. I have a slow brain, but maybe I could have a better or a super brain, if you will. And I started studying all this information on adult learning theory, brain science, neuroscience, positive psychology, and I came up with these tools and these techniques to be able to learn any subject or skill faster. Now, when I had that revelation and my life improved, I couldn't help but help other people. And one of my very first students, she was a freshman in college, she read 30 books in 30 days. Can you imagine that? If you could go online and buy 30 books and read them in 30 days and retain them and be able to know that and be able to apply it. And I wanted to find out not how she did it. I know exactly how she did it. We teach a lot of these techniques in the upcoming Superbrain Quest. I know how she did it, but I wanted to know why she did it. Remember when we talked about the power of motivation? I wanted to know why. And I found out that her mother was dying of terminal cancer.